Hello everyone, my name is Anomaly. I am the writer of The $5 Journey, and one of the things that we talk about in the $5 Journey is we definitely talk about compound interest, we talk about financial vehicles, right? Mutual funds, stock, real estate, we talk about all those kinds of things. We also talk about different strategies so that you can build up the money to invest in some of those financial vehicles. Okay, for instance, if you wanted to invest in real estate, you may need a certain amount of money before you actually get started. Even if it's, there's all kinds of different real estate deals. There's seller financing, there's no money down real estate, but sometimes you still need some kind of money, even if it's like a no money down kind of deal, or if it's seller financing. If those terms are unfamiliar to you, then don't worry about it. But point is, sometimes you need a little bit of money, or maybe a lot of money, to actually invest in some of those things that are going to be financial vehicles for you. Okay, whether it's going to be an investment of $5 per day, like in the $5 Journey, or if it's going to be something where maybe you need to invest a little bit more money. All right, now we do talk about that, but one of the other things that we talk about as far as the strategies is this theme here called compound hustle. Those are that's actually the strategy. So in the book, I spoke about, being a delivery driver, or going back to school to get some sort of certification, licensing, degree, something along those lines. There's all these different strategies outlined in the book, all right, that can add to the compound interest that you should be getting. What do I mean by that? Okay, so let me draw out an example, all right? So first we have person number one, and we have person number two. Okay, person number one, they've read the $5 Journey, but they read the second part of it, that talks about just the financial vehicles, just the compounding interest. And compounding interest is really good, okay? But they just read about that one part, okay? Or they're interested just in the compound interest. There's a lot of people who are just interested in compounding interest. They focus on that, and that's their sole focus. I'm not knocking it, but I just want to introduce something else that will kind of help push that that financial progress goal forward some more, okay? And at a faster pace. All right, so so person number one, they pay their bills, money comes in, they pay their bills, they invest in their financial vehicle. It could be a mutual fund, could be stock, could be real estate, and then they get compound interest, right, which pays them money, okay, over time. And of course, the money that they end with is greater than the amount of money that they started with. So that's a great thing. That's a wonderful thing. Again, I'm not knocking it. But person number two has another strategy. See, person number two read the $5 Journey the whole way through, right? So read about the different strategies and read about the compounding interest, okay? So the strategies this term was not coined in the book, but the strategies are really a compound hustle, okay? Compound hustle. Now that phrase is not, I cannot take credit for that. That was a phrase, as far as I know, that was coined by a person named Nate, who is a writer, works for in the InvestmentZen, actually. InvestmentZen, that guy named Nate. Anyways, he was the one who coined the term compound hustle. All right, so what compound hustle does is, it says it takes a knowledge set. You may be working your 9 to 5 at, let's say, as a mechanic, okay? And you're an auto mechanic, you're really good, you get a steady paycheck and everything. You're putting your money into your financial vehicle and everything's all good. You're trying to save up for college fund and all these other wonderful things. Okay, great. But let's say as a mechanic, let's say you know a little something about property maintenance. Maybe you know about landscaping, okay? Maybe you know about, kind of fixing things up around the house, maybe handyman kind of work. Okay, so what you would do is you would actually take that that knowledge base that you have of that other thing. You'd still work at your mechanic job, your 9-to-5 job, still getting that money coming in. Okay, but in addition to that, you have the knowledge of being a person who's familiar with property maintenance. So let's say maybe you take maybe 10 hours, 15 hours additional every week to dedicate to this property maintenance or this property management kind of business. All right. Now, when you do the property maintenance, it could be getting the leaves together if it's in the fall. It could be shoveling if it's in the wintertime and there's snow. It could be doing handyman stuff around. So you're getting your money in from the auto mechanic stuff, but then also you have this other hustle that you're doing, which is a property maintenance. And so let's say for every property that you have to do maintenance on, let's say it's $50 a pop. So now what you have is you have your regular money coming in, but now you have that $50 extra every so often. Maybe you're doing 10 hours of work. Maybe you're doing 15 hours of work. And that $50, that's pay for maybe an hour's worth of work. So let's say you're getting $50 an hour because of your knowledge set of property maintenance. Okay, and you're working an extra 10 hours a week, just having that as your hustle, your side hustle. Okay, so that's 50 times 10. So that's an extra $500 a week that's coming in. Now that $500 a week, is it going to just sit in a bank account where your money is going to be subject to inflation, which is approximately 2% per year? No. It's going to go into this financial vehicle, whatever financial vehicle it may be. So now you have the money from your job, from your regular 9-to-5. And I say 9 to 5. This could be a business that you own also. But you have your money coming in from that. Then on top of that, you have your money coming in from your compound hustle. All right? So then the person number 2, so they have their bills, they have their money coming in from their compound interest, all right? But then they also have their compound hustle. And so what happens is, see, this is the money that comes in from the compound interest. But here, there's additional money that flows into the compound interest, which comes from your compound hustle. Okay? So, in that example that I gave, you have the person who's getting their money coming in from their auto mechanic job, and then they put money into their financial vehicle. But then on top of that, they use their knowledge set, their knowledge base of property maintenance to bring in an extra $50 per hour for 10 hours every single week. So that's $500 extra that they're bringing in, that they're putting into their compound interest, their financial vehicle. Okay, and so that's more money on top of more money. All right, so when we talk about financial progress inside the book, we're talking about setting in motion strategies that don't just allow you to accumulate wealth over a long period of time, but really build on top of one another so that you can accumulate wealth pretty quickly. Okay, so that's that for a compound hustle. Also, we'll go into a little bit more on compound interest throughout the week. So stay tuned, keep tuning in. Check me out on Facebook, also on Twitter. I will leave the links below for the Acorns app as well as the Stash app, which are mutual fund accounts that you can get involved with. Also look up Coinbase, which has to do with cryptocurrency. That's Coinbase, Coinbase. Cryptocurrency has been doing very well. There's Betterment also. Now, the reason that I haven't put the Betterment links inside underneath the videos, as well as the Coinbase links underneath the videos, is just because for whatever reason, when I'm going inside, maybe I must be doing something wrong. I'm looking for the links so that I can copy and kind of paste in, but it's just not working out. So as soon as I get a chance, I figure things out, maybe it's just me, I don't know. As soon as I figure those things out, I will make sure that I copy and paste them into the videos. But until then, you just know it's Coinbase, Coinbase, and Betterment. Go check those out. Those are really good. I will copy and paste Acorns and Stash in there. There's tons of other things that we're going to talk about. We're going to go into REITs. We're going to go into real estate. We're going to go into some more forms of passive income. We're going to go into more forms where more strategies, I should say, where you can actually build upon the knowledge set that you have, so you can not only use compound interest, but also compound hustle. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Anomaly on the $5 Journey page. Over and out.